Good day everyone, welcome to Math with Teacher Justin. On today's topic, we're going to talk about the relations between roots and coefficient of your quadratic function.
Did you know that there's a relation between the roots of your quadratic function and the coefficient of the quadratic function? That is the sum and product of the roots. So given the quadratic function in standard form, the sum of the roots is the additive inverse of the quotient of our coefficient b and a. This will be our notation, and the product of our roots is the quotient of our coefficient c and a. Ayan, and this will be the notation. So to summarize, we have this quadratic function, and if we divide both sides by a, we will end up with this: a squared minus the quantity negative b over a times x plus c over a is equal to 0. And if we're going to apply transitive property and replace negative b over a by the sum of the roots and c over a as the product of our roots, we will end up with this. So all in all, our quadratic function will be a squared minus the sum of the roots times x plus the product of our roots is equal to 0. Let me give you some examples on how to identify the sum and product of your quadratic function. Okay, let's have an example. So for example, we're going to identify the sum and products of our roots of this quadratic function a of x. So first step is for us to change our function notation to 0 and make sure that the numerical coefficient of x squared is equal to 1. So since it is equal to 1, we can now get the sum and product of our quadratic function. So the sum and product will be based on the constant term and the coefficient of our middle term. So for our sum, it is the constant term of our middle term. Then we get the opposite sign of that middle term. So since we have negative 8 in our middle term, our sum will be positive 8. Now for the product, it will be just copying the constant term in our standard form, which is negative 9. So this will be the sum and product of our roots of our quadratic function. Alright, let's have another example. So for example, we're going to get the sum and product of the roots of this quadratic function. So we have b of x is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 1. So first step is to change our function notation to 0 and then make sure that the numerical coefficient of x squared will be equal to 1. If the coefficient of x squared is equal to 1, we can now identify the sum and products of our roots of our quadratic function. The sum will be based on the numerical coefficient of our middle term, and our product will be the constant term. So for our sum, we will just copy the middle term and change the sign. So in this case, it's positive 2. So our sum will be equal to negative 2. And our product will be the constant term, which is positive 1. So the sum and product of this quadratic function will be negative 2 and 1. Now, let's have another example. So for example, we're going to identify the sum and product of the zeros of this quadratic function c of x. So first step is for us to change our function notation to 0. Then from there, make sure that our numerical coefficient of x squared be equal to 1. Now in this case, it's not equal to 1, therefore we need to divide both sides by 3. So let's simplify. We will have x squared minus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. Since we don't have any numerical coefficient in our first term, we can now identify the sum and product of our roots of our quadratic function. For our sum, we will just copy the coefficient of our middle term and change the sign. So we will have positive 2 for our sum, and our product will be the constant term, which is positive 4. So the sum and product of the roots of this quadratic function will be positive 2 for the sum, and the product will be 4. Alright, okay, let's have another example. So for example, we're going to find the sum and product of the roots of this quadratic function d of x. So first step is for us to change the function notation to 0. Then after that, we need to make sure that the numerical coefficient of x squared be equal to 1. So in this case, it's not equal to 1. Therefore, we need to divide both sides by 6. So dividing both sides by 6, we will have x squared plus 2/3 x plus 3 over 2 being equal to 0. Now from there, knowing that our x squared has a numerical coefficient of 1, we can now identify the sum and product of our roots of our quadratic function. So the sum will be the numerical coefficient of the middle term, which is 2/3, but we will change the sign. So s will be equal to negative 2/3. Our product will be the constant term, which is equal to 3 over 2. This will be the sum and product of the roots of our quadratic function. E of x is equal to 6x squared plus 4x plus 9. Alright. Okay, let's have our last example for today. So for example, we're going to find the sum and the product of the roots of our quadratic function. First step is we need to change our function notation to 0. Then from there, make sure that our numerical coefficient of x squared be equal to 1. So in this case, it's not equal to 1. Therefore, we need to divide both sides by negative 3. So simplifying, we will have x squared plus 7 over 3x minus 8 over 3 is equal to 0. Then we can now get our sum and product by getting the numerical coefficient of our middle term and our constant term. Okay, so our sum will be equal to the middle term, and changing its sign, we have negative 7/3. And then our product, we will just copy our constant term, which is negative 8 over 3. Negative 7 over 3 is the sum, and negative 8 over 3 will be the product of the roots of your quadratic function, e of x. Alright.
Now that you already know how to describe the relationship between the coefficient and the roots of your quadratic function, and you already know how to find the sum and product of the roots, it is your turn to try it. Please click the link in our description box below in order for you to test your skills. That's it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace.